headquarters nation prophet Opambour Ebenezer Adakwa Yadom Kevin Taylor a hon sense much as a copy Supreme Court a matter say a warrant I done so ya about to a gono case no I could do Opambour Ebenezer Adakwa Yadom anim na we didn't say we won't come now what the message Eddie Ama judges are much and same way so Jaja just say or the bench warrant to talk Kevin Taylor so or the message the amano sounds no the message Eddie Ama Kevin Kobe Taylor now sounds so any reverend in team for jaw or no so about bedin komo about a Kevin Kobe Taylor a enra just say Supreme Court say just a warrant I done so no ya warrant no Eddie Atuago ya shall say every a nation prophet honum odin komo e wo honum
so gidi wo Ghana ma nipa yi na ebi be konhyiram ebi so wo bonsam afa be economy e wo Ghana ha to asem nko
only for pato aye Kevin Taylor our downma or to US no Ghana ni na only for pato wa downma na say say Kevin Taylor ba Ghana na prophet ebi mo say no kura bi say no kura na ono ankasa nso ebe posti e wo social media say ensem na mo kan prophet e jandam as a jandam na say enye no kura prophet it only for pato na ye tie ya say
o media minim so aba Ghana
okay sir
media minim
okay sir
me minim so aba Ghana
okay sir
yeah minim
yes sir prophet
anyone a friend but minim so aba Ghana
yes sir prophet
to so
it only for pato na we answer video bi apia bonte a Kevin Taylor every Supreme Court now on the lawyers the pato apia free bar omodi nkonim a prophet pato modi awurosie ene yebisa say ede nkonim di a prophet wadawroma na say 2020 prophet assembly court a ni nyina na asem ni nyina ne say judge na wote adwam kire say Kevin Taylor aka nsem bi afa ne ho a ensem a waka afa ne ho nti prophet or the bench warrant e dey ato Kevin Taylor so say baby a police for bo no bi o mo nche ne fa dem court it will be for pato assembly 2020
baby a police for bo no mo nche dem court
me pato ai
baby a police for bo no oba Ghana o mo nche dem court
o mo nche dem court
nemo why invite ne say say no why into wo mra me ni ho
there be pato there be
eno say no nya adwuma judge na den so e ba sa wanya ade so ka sa police for nche dem court ne say mudi ni tu mu ano ho na beba nemo ebia asem say na waka etia court no enti bra be yi ho ano dia eno no oba be ni ho ano obechire wa wie kwa na ye chine na fa so bi jane den eni so bi won so na wo say adni tum enti bra be yi ho ano enum ene chire no difference wo yes and I had
only for patriotic bench warrant now all these years no and Kevin Taylor so and a Ghana no you find us all you wanted it only for patrol now the year Supreme Court
oh but you know you wanted
and you some catch prophet
I mean say that
bench warrant done so gidi
sir
prophet and you some catch
gententem
now only for patrol many nyina say judge or this bench warrant no buy no only for patrol a high court judge and only from patrol suddenly no promotion be by somebody in the court of appeal.
Okay.
And Kevin Taylor Becca says how promotion no are politically motivated.
And until now, yes, I know.
Odi from Pacho.
Okay. Judge Fachen, Papa Judge Fachen, why? Because a human the Papa Cassetia Bebem, a radish I tamachi, rather more by no mount Quania what they entrance. We maintain that me so okay.
Yes, sir, prophet.
Radish Papa Judge, when you're Mishra. Na Fachen and Yashay. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's a problem me pacho assembly court Supreme Court. Ana Kevin Taylor the court money mo say. Asemwa me pacho eba ye wadawroma judge na release bench warrant no. Judge na man akwanya. Ama no so amfa de chire mu ambre court. And the man bench warrant ne ba ya. Ontimi maga na kora me yi no ho no. It was Supreme Court judges na say omo nkwase eye sa bench warrant no. Na onya fa wodi e Ghana. Ana problem me pacho judges say tell asem no so no almost say asem a Kevin Taylor eka no eto asomo eti judges makoma ko for akwase eye Supreme Court no akwase eye High Court verdict bench warrant no akwase no enti ekoye 4 against 1
enti asem no afi no medi anase atwam kra
prophet omo twa asem ni pa
okay no ye de radi asem
omo twa asem
radi shasu de be wo yesu de mu na Kevin Taylor Radi Shaw akwaba so ye mo akwaba Ghana oba ya che Radi mo ban so be sa kodu asundie ene hia onyame e made wade ye ne de wo ye idire motumi enye ye emfa emma obi ase nhira ayi fra Radi obi ene wo se no me aje de opeso onyame no me ba so ene onyame no me ba so gina yi nipa yie yo emunti ne gina ye nipa seye ye se ba fidie yi so a ye peso obi aye ye matwa saa deɛ nim sɛ yɛba fidie so ebi awurade asɛm a ɛma nkwa obi mfa na mmom na bi yɛka asɛm bi a ɛyɛsɛre ɛno ne nipa matwa saa deɛ nim yɛde video no bɛkyerɛ me sɛ kikra wo a woyɛ saa no wobɛnya trouble agye sɛ wode de yɛka gye nkwa no nyinaa ba na wode ɛno nso ba me ne wane hi asɛm
Yes, sir, prophet.
very good na wamfa mma na woti akora yɛ sɛ yɛgyina hanom ayɛ areba sobre indalakaya jitarima sobre okotontori kata anderiala asɛm bi no wo bio
nti no ne Opambour Ebenezer Dakwa yi adom ɔno de yɛwɔ so ɔno no before krampo no wahu sɛ yɛ Kevin Taylor abagana ɛnyɛ obi na ka kyerɛ no ɔno ankasa personally na wahu ɔde afutuo ɛde akwama Kevin Taylor judges ɔmo tena so nso ɔde nsɛm ɛde ama ne ɔmo wɔ hɔ na yɛnkɔ ɛyɛ Reverend Tim Fojo ɛno a okopie mu wɔ Good Even Ghana so ɔne po adomahye ɔmo di nkɔmɔ about this particular ɛyɛ Kevin Taylor issue on the media after the Supreme Court a bench warrant after say they pen reaction on my about.
You spoke on Adom FM about the gentleman arriving in town and as a defense ranking member. What is your take now?
Yeah, Paul, it's really a sad day for Ghana, particularly when the enterprise of people who, on various social media have made it their business to be insulting, bastardizing, and passing derogatory comments about presidents, about chiefs, about imams, even the whole entire religion of Islam, and almost every important person in society now receives state security, state protocol. Right from the manifest, when his flight showed up, and his name popped up, because that ruling persisted by the court, and that Kevin Taylor there was a bench warrant that was pending on him, they quickly should have activated the necessary security apparatus to get him arrested and to cooperate with the judges. But what do we see? He was rather received on the tarmac, taken through gates 19 VVIP, and when some of us put it out there, some publics or some section of Ghanaians thought that it was some imagination. And today, when he did appear before court, then they said, oh, okay, so you knew what you were talking about. Why would we put out anything that is not verified? So indeed, he came within the first week of July, he arrived. We have the full details, flight pictures and all those details. And it is so disappointing that at the time, when Ghana has taken a decision to strip off every civilian of military protection,
including members of parliament,
and the chairman of EC and the deputy chair, this is the time Kevin Taylor receives full military protection, drive him all the way to Prestige Link.
And the Minister of Defense says that he's not a member of the immigration.
To
answer such questions.
And I mean, just watch the posture. And if that was something that was true, would that have been the posture? We have to be very serious in this country. So the Minister for Defense, knowing very well that military no longer ought to be deployed for the protection of civilians, should not even have engaged in that act.
But that was their own policy.
Equally complicit.
That's their own policy, saying military no more. In the same breath, the people who do the policy hand over military to.
So now what you're saying is that military will no longer protect people legitimately doing their business, but just go and insult on behalf of the big man, go and insult on behalf of the party, go and insult on behalf of government, and you will secure. The surest way to securing military protection is just go and just pass any derogatory comment at all, even at the court, at judges, and you will earn your right to a military protection. Very dangerous times we live in, very disappointing times. As a member who receives a GIC briefing, Joint Intelligence Briefing, you know very well the arrival of such persons of interest to the states. And so you don't giggle and gaggle or whatever posture you did and to urge the journalists that they should go and file RTI or go to immigration officers, because this information is available to all who despise the military. Because the military cannot, even if the military acted unlawfully, there's no way they will be emboldened to go all the way to VVIP gates 19 in the full glare of cameras. They'll be seen. And to go in vehicles, put him in and give him protection in security zones. Prestige Link is no ordinary premises. So this act, they've glorified the act of insulting, the business of insults. This is how high they've glorified it. But you see, NDC and President Mahama have no idea how big they've chipped off their goodwill. by their
No,
complicity.
they don't agree with that.
Well, they may not agree, but the reality, that's how
That's how it happens to you politicians.
That is politicians, sickness. And by the day they will realize the harm this complicity has done their image, their brand, their governance, they would know that.
Dr. Manembama said something that may also be of interest to you, that guns were given to national security by Akufo-Addo and Dominic Nitiwu. He didn't say that, but I'm just adding that. So by Akufo-Addo and Dominic Nitiwu to national security, he made a point that people thought was a good point, that national security is not a fighting unit. He's wondering why they were giving guns, but he also seemed to suggest earlier that those guns are missing. But listening to Broja Jemfi on Joy FM yesterday, he said the guns are not missing. It is about the irregularity of the procedure. What have you found?
There's nothing irregular. As a matter of fact, there is no gun that is missing, no ammunition are missing.
They've been accounted for.
They got their narrative wrong. You see, Paul, the practice.
It's no any to say Reverend Tim for John some of the two about Kevin Taylor there, Nanny Opambour, Ebenezer Dakwa Yadom, and also reaction on a Kevin Taylor and Sensemi. Dowona TV. Chawagin, comment section.